Good morning, students. And now, in continuation to our previous lecture regarding Dharma as the foundation of legal ordering in Indian thought, we will see the next part of the lecture how Dharma is playing a vital role in legal ordering from the ancient time in India. In our Indian constitution, we have cherished the values of rule of law. We have undertaken the principle of reasonable classification, justice, equality, and fraternity to all. And at the same time, we have also taken some basic principles of the constitution which are based on various concepts of the equality and dharma. So here in Hindu society, dharma is dependably has been considered as the sign of justice, and it's all upadesha, that means advice or implications, take us to the demonstration of law since ancient times. So Indian constitution includes new incarnation of the old thoughts. They are based on rightfulness, moral values, and any other such rituals which are related to the religious norms. So, in this way, we have taken the concept from dharma in our constitution also and in all other laws enacted by the parliament. If we think of the position of dharma in India, the first legal code of Hindus that enshrines both philosophy of life and of law with special stress on morality, danda, that is punishment, and the concept of nyaya, that is justice. And the dharma is placed in the first position in the ancient Hindu philosophy, without which the life cannot be meaningful. So particularly what is dharma? So that is depending on the norms which we have learned from our birth. They are related to the things which must be done in the rightfulness, based on truth, based on just cause. And they are the norms of social behavior, personal behavior. Obeying dharma means the life for right life according to the Hindu mythology, and those who breaches the rule of dharma, they are sent to naraka, that is hell. So this is the concept, but it has a vital role in the religious societies. The purposes of dharma. No society would survive when there is chaos and disorder around. The survival of the society is ensured by the dharma, the right path which is followed by its members. It is required that the society should maintain law and order in the behavior, and the job of law is to establish the peace and order which was done by dharma in the ancient period. So dharma obeyed in various forms like Raj Dharma, Patni Dharma, Putra Dharma, Pati Dharma, Pitru Dharma, and so on. They are nothing but the duties of that particular personality obeyed to the society, obeyed to the relatives and the neighbors and the livinghoods. So in this way, dharma preaches about the rightful behavior towards the other living creatures. So this is what the position of dharma provides the purposes of dharma. So the dharma serves purposes that related to various factors: religion, moral values, love, culture, and law. They all are operating to keep order in the society at a time. They cannot be separated from each other, and they have to function with the help of each other. So these are the factors related to each other and intends to maintain the regulations of just governance. So, framing of rules of social behavior, economic distribution, and welfare. The another purpose is to observe the moral values and preserve the religious norms in the society, generation by generation through customs and traditions, to motivate the gratefulness towards the founder of the world. So, in this way, Dharma serves various purposes which are also preserved by our legal system. They are nothing but the values that has been given by our customs and traditions in history and philosophy also. They do not serve to a fixed direction of principles, but customs may step in. Through the importance of customs today, though it is being less, but the role in the development of law that cannot be ignored. In the anticipation of old rules, customs, and the other traditions, because they play a vital role in framing of the laws. Before the legal custom is accepted as a valid source of law, it is essential that the custom involved must satisfy certain well accepted tests. So they are reasonableness, obligatory nature, immemorial antiquity, peaceable enjoyment, and no conflict with the enacted laws. Then only it will be accepted as the source of law in the new or modern enacted law. So, in this way, if you see, Dharma will play the important role by implication of customs in our law. So, Dharma has its own importance in framing the law and making legal ordering in the Indian legal system. Morality. Morality is also some type of extension of customs. They give moral values which should be preserved, and that what our law also says. What is just, what is reasonable, that should be preserved. So in this way, Dharma playing very important role in the serving of purposes of law. So on the background of this, if we study the functions of legal system, we will find out that the functions of legal system is also to maintain the peace and order in the society, regulating the survival of various institutions in the society by framing various rules of general behavior, to punish the guilty person and to compensate the victims, those who are the weaker section of the society, in the form of administration of justice. This is what our hierarchy of courts are doing, the administration of justice. Then to observe the discipline in social and political institutions by rules and regulation. Thus law and dharma, they are playing equal position in the society from ancient times. So social ordering is equally being done by the dharma in the ancient period, in which the duties of the various members of the society have been prescribed by various granthas, the books, religious books. In Manusmriti, Purana, Upanishad, Veda, they are also prescribing the duties of various persons in the social institutions by way of their dharma, duties owed to the society. While looking to the relation of dharma and law in India, the change is the law of the nature. It changes the lives, the things and the surroundings and the atmosphere and many more things. But dharma cannot change because it is foundation. The norms based on truth and righteousness, they cannot be changed. So any interference, any illegal activity or non-observance of dharma, they lead to unjust circumstances. So dharma does not change, but it adjusts the changes all around while keeping the basis unchanged. If we take simple example, in the ancient time, the justice delivery system was not in the form of courts. King was the sole judicial personality. King was the judge and king was the advocate for the people. So, whenever there is any conflict of the similar nature for hearing before the king, he has to take the decision based on the rational application of his mind, the circumstances, situation, and need of the hour. Here, he cannot put the legal principles as it is because law cannot be static. It has to change depending on the evidences, depending on the circumstances, and requirement of the merits of the case. So, in this way, though dharma cannot change, but it can adjust according to the requirement of the society, welfare of the society, and that is what the relationship of dharma and law in ancient India is so strong that we have enshrined various norms, various principles from the ancient religious epic books in our present modern laws. So this is what dharma has given the social ordering in Indian society. So, dharma and law, they are closely related, as the foundation of both are to be just, to be reasonable, to be equal. But law cannot be static, it changes according to the need of hour. And while dharma does not change, but it supports to the righteousness of just and reasonable rules. In India, the dharma is one of the precious source of law, and personal laws are emerged from customs and traditions. Dharma is the basic foundation of legal institutions in India. So what is judicial process and dharma? What is the interrelationship between judicial process and dharma? The nature of judicial process is to check and balance the functions of three organs of the constitution. And the constitution is not a rigid statute, it is living law. It is by judicial process that it is to keep abreast as living law. So judicial process is somewhat new concept. It has never been incorporated in the ancient books because it is somewhat criticism of the existing laws and to change the values, to change the principles according to the changing time. It is somewhat check and balance to the authorities, those who are having powers and rights. So, dharma, by accepting the positive morality, supports the judicial activism in the modern legal system. Even if you take the example that living without proper marriages is not accepted by the Hindu marriage law. Even 2 decades before it was an offense. But now in the modern society, modern Hindu society, modern Indian society, we have accepted the concept of live-in relationship. And it is the fruit of that change in the mentality, that change in the social norms, that it is not illegal, but it can be the choice of the persons who are related for such relationship. So this is what dharma has not changed. Its basic foundation has not changed. Still it is based on the moral values, but it has adjusted the new condition of the society, the changing values in the society and according to the requirement of the hour. So this is way how judicial process and dharma, they are supported to each other. The concept of legal ordering and dharma. So the legal ordering is the basis of foundation of state on the principles of rule of law. The principles of rule of law rest on strong foundation of effective enforcement of laws. And dharma also say the same thing. Obedience of the religious norms. Dharma not to derivate from the dharmic or dharma, and they should be preserved. The values given in the dharma should be always being preserved. So if the laws are not effectively enforced, the rule of law breaks down. The same thing, if the king is not going to obey the Raj Dharma, the people will not be satisfied. They will not obey the orders of the king. If the putra is not obeying the putra dharma towards his parents, then the parents will not tolerate that thing. This is what the rule of law will be affected. When the rule of law breaks down, democracy collapses, and when it happens, the essence of good governance is defeated. So this is what in the social norms also, in the social behavior also, if the subject of the society, the human beings in the particular society, particular community do not obey, do not follow the dharma, they will be outcasted. They will be thrown out of the community. They will disturb the society. They will disturb the community also. So this is what dharma has bound the whole society, the whole community in the social ordering. So dharma plays a vital role in providing the basic norms to the legal ordering in India. It gives as the foundation of legal ordering the concept of righteousness, just, truth for the basic norms of behavior, the concept of equality, respect to human dignity. They are also taken from the Vedic text that we have incorporated in our constitution. Manusmriti. Manusmriti that provides the socio-legal framework of Hindu society based on profession. The concept of upholding the weaker and needy class that has been incorporated in the Indian constitution from the idea of dharma. And dharma insists for the administration of justice, which is the base of modern legal system. What is the function of modern legal system? So even if you see that the ultimate aim of law is to achieve the justice, reasonableness and equality in its subject. So law is not an end to itself. It is a means to some social end. Law has to achieve the end of justice. It has to achieve both the object of stability and object of change. The object of stability is achieved through the fixed and rigid principles. If you take the example of limitation, no matter can be brought before the court after the expiry of period of limitation. So similarly, no court can entertain a matter which is outside of its jurisdiction. No person can be a judge in its own cause, in his own case. Thus, through such fixed principles, the object of stability, the object of social ordering has been achieved by the law, which is based on the natural principles of law. So in this way, the judicial process, the law, the justice and dharma, they are interrelated to each other. So the position of dharma is very strong in Indian society and in maintaining the social ordering in the Indian society.